Have you always wondered what this presser foot does? Hey guys, I'm Tammy and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to do free motion machine embroidery using this funky little foot. Now you might be wondering what freehand or free motion embroidery is, and it's basically when you use your sewing machine to draw onto your fabric. It's basically magic, and I've got some examples that I've done already. But the general idea of it is that you can literally draw words or phrases just using your sewing machine. So I've got some text pieces here. And then I also did a really lovely rose design. If I just show you what that looks like. It's honestly such a fun technique to try, and you can do this with any sewing machine. So I'm going to be using the one I have behind me, and that is the Brother Celeste CX1. I definitely have a more advanced machine, but like I said, you can do this on any sewing machine that you have. All you really need is this presser foot right here. So this one in particular actually has this open foot right here. I think it's called an open toe, and that just makes it so much easier for you to see what you're doing. But any sewing machine foot that's labeled free motion embroidery or freehand embroidery will do the trick. But let me take you over to my table and show you how this works. So first of all, you want to take some scrap piece of fabric. I'm using calico right here. I recommend using light to medium weight fabrics, and then I've also interfaced the back side just so it's a bit more sturdier when I'm sewing the embroidery stitches. Now, like I mentioned, I'm actually going to be showing you what this foot does. So this specifically is the free motion open toe quilting foot. That's the exact name of it. I've also got one other one that I'm going to show you later on, but essentially there's a piece here which is where we're going to screw this onto our sewing machine and take the old presser foot off. Now this is my current presser foot. I want to take the actual foot off, and then on top of that there's a screw right here, and I'm actually going to unscrew it. So I've got a little screwdriver that came with my sewing machine, and I'm just going to unscrew it. And then I like to use my fingers just to take the rest of the screw off. And as I unscrew that, this will come loose, and we want to take this off, but keep the screw in. Now that will allow us to put the quilting foot on, and you basically want to align this little kind of ridge here where the screw is. It's actually very simple to do. And then I'm just going to twist the screw back. And then when I can't go any tighter, I'm going to use my screwdriver and just give it a bit tighter. So now that's that foot on. Honestly, it looks scarier than it is. It's very, very simple to do. Now on your sewing machine, you're going to want to make sure your feed dogs are not raised, so you want to lower them. On my machine, there's a specific button that I can press, and it's this one right here. It's like a C. Now on my sewing machine, I just have a normal straight stitch selected, and I've just zoomed in to show you the width and the length. Personally, when you're doing something like freehand embroidery, you want to put the length really low. I'm going to put it to about 1. And then the width doesn't really matter because it is obviously just a straight stitch. When I show you how the zigzag stitch works, that's the one we want to play with as well. But for right now, I've just got the width at 3.5 and the length at 1. Now what I've got right now is my scrap piece of fabric right here. And what we want to do is basically bring up the bobbin thread. So I'm just going to pull this thread for a second, and I'm going to put the needle down and the presser foot, and I'm just going to bring up the bobbin thread. Now I've just got both of these in my hand, and I'm just going to put my foot on the pedal, and it will lower the presser foot, and I'm just going to start moving around the fabric how I want to draw my design. So I'm just going to write the word hello. Now I've just snipped my threads, and hopefully you can see that really cute stitching detail that I've done. And as I mentioned, as I'm actually sewing, I'm moving the fabric around to draw directly onto the fabric. So you can do any design that you want, but this is what the right side looks like, and then the wrong side looks like that with the interfacing. So you can use a straight stitch like this with the tighter length. Let me show you what the zigzag stitch looks like, because you're able to create more denser and thicker stitches. Now on my sewing machine, I'm going to select the zigzag stitch. So I'm going to select one of these two. This one's a bit thicker right here. You can actually see on this sewing machine the exact width that it currently is going to be. When I start to play with these two settings, Up here, you'll see how that actually changes the stitch. So let's say I want to make it wider, but I want to make the length much shorter. And as I do that, you can see just how much denser the stitch will be. And let's actually trial that and see what that looks like. Hopefully you can see right here, that's what the denser stitches look like with the zigzag stitch. Obviously, if you actually drew this out and made sure that you'd drawn out the exact height of it, you can get it so it will align correctly. But that is how cool it is and how easy it is to use a free motion foot and start to play around with lettering and anything you want to embroider without using an embroidery machine. But if I just give you a close-up, hopefully you can see the detail of it. Obviously, you can go back and forth over any bits that you've missed. Let me show you if I was about to draw something on here like a flower and actually go around it and show you how I would actually do that. So for this one, I'm going to still keep it as a zigzag stitch, but I don't want it as wide as that. So down here on the width and length, I'm going to change it to about 1.5 and change this all the way down to something like that, 0.5. And it will just mean it's nice and dense as we sew it, but it's still a zigzag stitch. Now, personally, the reason why I like the open toe foot right here, it means I can see exactly what I'm doing. There's so many different quilting foots that you can use, but I just find this one the most easiest. What I'm going to do is start from the bottom right here, because wherever we're drawing, it needs to connect back to the line that we're using. So if I start here, I'll probably go all the way round, go through this line right here, come back and then do the other leaf. So this is what the leaf looks like now that I've just finished embroidering that with the free motion foot. You can see just how nice of a detail that adds, and it really makes such a nice feature to add on your projects. If I give you a close-up, hopefully you can see what the stitches look like. Now you are going to see some variation in the width as you're going around naturally, because as you're moving it, the slower you go, the more dense it will be. And as you're kind of going around curves, it's really hard to get that consistency, but you can go over it multiple times and get the desired result that you want. But look how pretty that is. Now that's how we use the free motion quilting foot. I'm going to show you one other foot that comes specifically with the Innovis range, and that's called a stitch regulator foot. So this is what they call a stitch regulator foot, and you put this in the same way we unscrew the old presser foot and put this in, and I actually attached this to my sewing machine as well. I'll show you how I do that. So it actually comes with different feet as well you put inside this one. So I'm just going to slide this one in because it's the same open toe, and I personally really like that for this type of free motion embroidery. But let me show you how this goes into my sewing machine. Now I need to remove this free motion foot, so again I'm just going to unscrew it and I'll just take this out, and then in the exact same way I'm going to put this foot in as well. I'm just going to tighten the screw, and then this little lead goes at the back of my machine. There's a little insert for it. And now that I've put that into my sewing machine, this actually automatically comes up on my machine. And it's basically just telling me that the stitch regulator foot is attached, and just being careful with pulling the fabric. So I'm just going to press OK. And as you can see, I've got this kind of screen that's popped up automatically. And this is how we use the stitch regulator. Now there's different modes that you can use. Now the first one is this section here, so it's on or off. Now when you press the off button, you can do completely free motion quilting. So the needle will just move on its own and it will go up and down, and you kind of just move the fabric around. I'll show you what that looks like in a second. And then if we press the stitch regulator off, there's 2 or 3 different modes. I personally only go between the first and the second, and it just basically just changes with how you're going to start sewing the quilting. I'll show you what the difference is in a moment, but let's first go ahead with the stitch regulator being off. So the needle's going to move on its own. Now what's going to happen is this is going to go green in a moment when I start wanting to sew, and it's basically going to start sewing on its own. I won't need to press the presser foot down. It's going to do it completely automatically, and when I want to start, I press this button, and when I want to stop, I will press this button. So I've got my scrap piece of fabric here, and I'm just going to start sewing like I said. So to stop that, I actually had to press this button right here, and that's what stopped the stitching. So this is what that looks like after I've just cut the threads off. And again, it's the same process of using your hands to move it around, but this is the one where I'm not pressing the presser foot, so it's easier just to focus on what you're doing up here. Let me show you when the stitch regulator is on, how that differs. So I'm going to press the stitch regulator to be on, and there's 2 different modes that you normally go between. The first one says intermittent mode, the second is continuous mode, and the third is basting mode, but I don't ever actually use that. The main difference between the first and the second mode is the first one is when you want to stop stitching, the needle will stop. The second one, it will just keep stitching, kind of the same as it did when it was off, but it will just keep going. Now the cool thing about the stitch regulator section when it's on is as I move the fabric, it's actually going to change how fast it's going to sew. So if I move the fabric fast, it will start sewing fast. As I go slow, it will go slow. I'll show you what I mean because it's really, really clever. Again, personally, I find I have less control when I'm doing this. This is definitely a great feature if you're doing free motion quilting and you're doing kind of circles and things. If you want to be really precise with doing words or something like that, I definitely recommend the original foot that I showed you to begin with. But let me show you how this works. I personally like to have it on number 1. And in the same way, when I start sewing, this is going to go green because this feature sews itself. I don't need to press the pedal down. So I've got my fabric right here, and I'm just going to put the presser foot down, and that's gone green for me. So I'm going to start sewing. As you can see, I'm going quite slow, but as I move the fabric, you can hear it's going faster. So I'm not pressing the presser foot. I'm going to switch it to the second mode, which is the continuous mode, and I'll show you what that does as well. So again, as I move it around, if I go faster or slower, now I'm going slow, it's going slow. If I move it faster, it will start to stitch faster. But if I stop, you can it's still sewing. It's going to keep sewing like that on the continuous mode. And I can just keep doing whatever I want. So that is how you can draw on your fabric and use the free motion foot on your sewing machine. Honestly, it is so much fun to try, and I definitely recommend giving it a go. So as I mentioned, I use the Brother Celeste CX1 sewing machine, which is literally my favorite. It's such an advanced sewing machine. But as I said, you can use any sewing machine to try this technique. All you need is a presser foot that looks like this. This one again is called the Free Motion Open Toe Quilting Presser Foot. It's definitely a bit of a mouthful, and I hope it's given you a bit more inspiration on how you can just use a different foot to try a whole new technique on your sewing machine. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.